Hello YouTubers, Wolfie here. Welcome to episode 3 of my survival friendly build series. In this episode we will be covering some basic hopper information, as well as how they could be used with a furnace. This is quite a bit more complex than the first 2 episodes in the series, but is still survival friendly. The ultimate goal in this episode is going to be to show you how to build this auto-feeding furnace wall. The wall has a supply chest for fuel to feed the furnaces in the form of either charcoal or mined coal. The wall has a supply chest for each furnace, and then an extraction chest below holding the resulting items. The way this works is you simply place items in the upper chest that you wish to be cooked, and it can be any type of item that you can normally put into a furnace. The furnaces will draw from the coal supply up here and cook the item, and you have access to the furnace so you can monitor the progress if you wish. And the completed items will be deposited in the trunks below here. And these are double trunks, so there's plenty of storage space. This build is compatible with the console versions of Minecraft as well as the PC version. One note here. When you take items from a furnace, some experience orbs are generated giving you XP for enchanting. This furnace wall extracts items for you, so you will not gain any experience while using this device. However, in my experience, the XP gained from running furnaces manually really isn't too much to be worried about. There are far better sources of XP in Minecraft than feeding furnaces by hand. I will show you the basics of how the hoppers interact with a furnace and take you through the main build. I'll show you each expansion and even how to add a warning light when your fuel supply chest is empty. The warning light add-on requires a trip to the Nether, so if you haven't built your portal yet, you can skip that add-on. It really isn't required. The wall, while shown here with 3 furnaces, is completely modular, and you can expand it from 1 to any number of furnaces as your world expands. One word of warning before we start. This build is a bit iron heavy with the use of hoppers. So if you're just starting out in your world and don't have a decent supply of iron, you may want to hold off on this build until you have a stack or 2 to spare. With that, let's get started. Let's take a look at furnace basics. Let's get a furnace here, and as you know, we need a fuel supply for the furnace, which goes in here, an item to be cooked or burnt. It will go here. The furnace will consume the item, or consume 1 piece of fuel, and depending on what fuel that you use here, may cook more than 1 item. And then of course it outputs 1 output item. If you put sand here, you're going to get glass. If you put meat in here, you're going to get the cooked meat, etc. Okay, now let's take a look at how a hopper and a furnace will interact. We'll put down our furnace here. Now there are 3 locations to attach a hopper to a furnace: the top, the bottom, and any one of the 4 sides here. And where it attaches determines what it does with the furnace. So if we attach anything, a hopper, to any one of the 4 sides, we can put fuel in there and it will autofill here. So any one of these hoppers on the side feed the fuel. Okay. Obviously we only need 1. Now, the next location is the top. This is where you put your supply item that you wish to be cooked. And as you can see, it supplied it right here, and the cooking began. Now the furnace is going to hold that item here until a full stack is made. The way you extract it out is through the connection on the bottom. So as you can see, this hopper has extracted the completed charcoal, and each time one is burnt here, it will automatically extract it and place it in here. Now if you look at this tube right here, that's the output feed of the furnace. As you can see here, it's going into the furnace here. This one is going into the furnace here, and this one's coming out of the furnace. So this is where we would place a chest, for example. And you can see the charcoal automatically transferred from the hopper into the chest. So let's get us some more wood. Feed it at the top. And as you can see, it automatically fed here. It completed it, and you never saw it there, but it went through here, this hopper, and automatically into the chest right here. As you can see, now we have 4, and it just ticked over to 5. So this is the basics right here. You can either put items directly into a hopper, or you can place a chest on top, and you can put items in the chest, and the hopper will draw them out of the chest as needed, automatically transferring them into the furnace. And the same goes for the one back here. We can place a chest on top. We can put a fuel supply in here. It will automatically feed the fuel supply here. So this is the basics of how that works. And there's really not much else to it. You could build just this piece right here, not very pretty, and it's not very convenient with the placement of the chests, but it does work. Part 2 will include a list of materials and include the actual build.